Another night game at St James's Park and another chance to turn dominance into 3 points. Well, here we go, lads and lasses, as we play, of course, Leeds United at St James's Park. 8:15 kickoff tomorrow night under the lights at St James's, and this is going to be an interesting game, as the last time that we beat Leeds United in the Premier League was over 22 years ago, when we last beat them at home in the Premier League. Think about that. The last time we took all 3 points against Leeds United was at home against them, with Alan Shearer the one scoring the winner in the game. That just doesn't bear to think about, of course, to be honest, but Leeds United have been out of the league for quite a while as well, jumping back in out a few seasons. So when you think about it in that aspect, it doesn't sound as bad. But the most recent games against them have ended in draws. A 0-0 for the 22-23 season was a 0-0, and the reverse of this game this season as well. The 21-22 season seen with draw against them, and the most recent loss against them was the 2021 season. Almiron, the only goal scorer in the game for us, and we lost 2-1 at St James's Park. So we're going into this one with a chance to extend our unbeaten run at home. We've been absolutely brilliant at home this season, and we've got a chance to extend that to 12 games, as we're currently on an unbeaten run of 11 games at home in the league and cup games. But Leeds have been a stubborn opponent to take on, so we'll have to see what we can do in the game tomorrow night. Leeds, however, are coming into this one with a pretty decent run themselves. They're unbeaten at the moment, but they're mostly draws, and of course they've got some injury worries. We've got some injury worries. However, we got a little bit of a boost in the Palace game with the return of Kieran Trippier back, Tino Livramento back, Sven Botman back. So we saw a few more bodies coming back into an area where we were lacking bodies in that defensive area, and we've seen a few of them come back into, of course, either the starting lineup or sitting on the bench in that Palace game, of course, where we come away from St James's with the win, of course, and extended our unbeaten run to 11 games. So now we've got to go into this game and do the same again, and then, of course, the next game after this one, which is the FA Cup, and then the, of course, semi-final first leg against Manchester City in the Carabao Cup. But the main focus right now is focusing on Leeds United tomorrow night, 8:15 kickoff live on Sky Sports, and we've got to go into this game with that same mentality that was showed in the Palace game, the same mentality that was showed in the game against Burnley down at Turf Moor, and we've got to keep these wins going. We've got to start building up points. We've got to start climbing the Premier League table, as right now, as it stands, we are currently sitting not that far off Chelsea in the Premier League table. They're, of course, on 31 points. We're on 29 points. If we win this game, you know, we'll go up to 32 points, which takes us up to that 5th, 6th area. Obviously, depending on results, of course. The highest we could probably go, if the results for Chelsea and Man U are in their favour, the highest we could probably go is about a 7th in the league, or depending on results, of course, for Brentford and the Mackhams. But this is the chance now, you know, for us to go into this game and keep building on that home form that we've been shown this season. Keep, you know, putting in the minutes, putting in the displays that we've been showing at home this season, and that is what we need to do. Looking at, of course, the team news going into it, on, of course, the Leeds United side of things, you know, we're seeing Leeds coming into this with quite a few injury problems themselves. Like I say, you know, they're coming into it with a few players missing out. Dan James is injured, Joe Roden, Jaden Bogle, Sebastian Bowen, and of course James Justin are all doubtful on that one, but Dan James, of course, is injured. Sean Longstaff just coming back in the recent game on Sunday against Man United, when they got their 1-1 draw. Sean Longstaff, of course, coming back for Leeds, recovering after a foot problem And he could be on the bench, of course, tomorrow night. Returning back to St James's Park is going to be weird, I've got to say, to see Sean Longstaff in a Leeds United shirt. Of course, I believe he did play against Wick in the reverse of this fixture this season, down at Elland Road. So, you know, hopefully he doesn't get involved in the game too much, to be honest, if he does come on, because, you know, we don't want to be seeing an old boy coming back to haunt with, to be honest. But looking at this game, you know, this is a chance for us to build up the points, build up that unbeaten run that we've got at home, and keep pushing on forward up that Premier League table, as we are now sitting on about 20 games played. So there's 18 games left to play, and we've got every chance of getting, you know, right in there on them Champions League spots. We're currently, you know, within reach of them Champions League spots. But if all else fails and we don't get Champions League, then I would be happy to see, you know, we come away with maybe, you know, the League Cup again, like we did last season, and then maybe the Europa League or Conference League spot. Obviously, you'd get a Conference League spot off of the winning of the Carabao Cup, but if we could get ourselves into that Champions League again, that would be massive. But like I say, if we can't get that, then I would still be very happy, and I'm sure a few other people out there would be very happy with a Europa League spot in Carabao Cup. But let us know your thoughts down in the comments below, what you think going into this one. And like I say, it is a crazy stat to think, you know, that the last time we beat Leeds United at home in the Premier League, Alan Shearer was the goal scorer, and that was 22 years ago, back in the 03-04 season. Absolutely crazy to think. Obviously, like I say, Leeds United have been out of the league for quite a few times between that time, but absolutely crazy to think that that was the last time we beat Leeds United at home in the Premier League. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. Who do you think is going to be a standout player? Do you think Lewis Mailey's going to have another fantastic game like he did against Palace? 100% pass record, 56 passes out of 56 passes, 100% accuracy. And obviously we've been seeing Bruno as well putting in the numbers this season, now currently up to 7 goals this season, which is absolutely amazing. Massive tally for Bruno, and hopefully he can continue that tally going as well, because we need everybody scoring if we're going to make it into them European spots, and of course keep these wins going as well. Hopefully we can get this momentum and this form that we're showing at home as well on the road soon, and we can start getting the wins going there as well. But let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. Till next time, remember, hit like, share, subscribe to the channel, and however lads.